Okay, welcome back to the channel. My name's Nick. This is the Elemental Health YouTube channel. This is my top 3 health and fitness books. This is my top 3 health and fitness books that you can invest in to get the maximum return. Obviously, you have to buy them and read them. That's not the caveat. The big caveat is we have this situation now where there is a huge mountain of information and knowledge and a massive gap between getting that information and taking action. So everything I do in my coaching and pushing my guys to excel and perform is not about just giving more information, because categorically that's not going to get you any results. You need to take that information and knowledge and transform it into action, meaningful strategies, and be consistent. So that's the big caveat. Okay, don't just go away and buy these 3 books, put them on your shelf and think that you're going to get healthier, you're going to get fitter, and you're going to improve and succeed in your own health and fitness goals. My 3 books. Number 1. That's not number 1. I don't know how that got in there. That's not mine. Number 1. In fact, let's go for number 3 first. I don't think these aren't really in order. I think 2 of these are really worth investing in. The 3rd is a big investment if you really want to take it to the next level. So maybe thinking about becoming a professional performance coach like myself, and you want to get the edge, or you're really looking for those advanced strategies, advanced tactics, which again, I would be mindful of unless you're really performing at a very, very high level. Everyone always wants the sexy tactics, the advanced tactics, but you know, the famous saying that I always quote is, everyone wants the advanced tactics. The advanced tactics is doing the basics well. So perhaps you don't need this 3rd one. So let's not worry about that to start with. Number 1, categorically, my go-to book, whether I'm thinking from a professional perspective, my own personal health, or just general information. It's been around for quite a while, and this is one of my mentors, written by Chek, and this is his book. So Chek, How to Eat, Move and Be Healthy. For such a small book, it's absolutely packed full of information on kind of every aspect of your health and fitness is broken down. So he talks about nutrition, how to map out your own unique nutrition plans. God, I'm selling myself short here, aren't I? No one's going to invest with me if they just buy this book. Hey ho. He looks at nutrition, he looks at your body type, the challenges that you might be having. He even looks at gut health. Then he looks at movement aspects, how to move really well, and then also rest, recovery, and core control, which is a massive overlooked factor, and understanding how the body and the parts of the body connect. So I think that's, it's by far, I think, the most interesting, and the way he's broken it down with lots of kind of like infographics and bits and pieces, it makes it easy, so it's not too stodgy when you're reading it. Fantastic job. It's a prerequisite to any of his courses as well, so if you're interested in advancing, it's well worth it. Number 2 on the list is written by my man Ross Edgley. Awesome bloke, awesome character, and has done some phenomenal challenges, some phenomenal endurance challenges. I think last year he swam all the way around the UK without getting off the boat. He's also done a triathlon where he's done an Ironman with a tree on his back. And all sorts of other craziness, and just to look at him as well, he just looks like such an awesome dude. So I'm a big fan of the kind of the promotional work that he does. I think he's a massive positive influence. But actually, this book is really, really good. And anyone looking for a kind of entry level introduction, where do I start type book, the world's fittest book is definitely one to pick up and have a look at. It's written with all sorts of anecdotes about the Royal Marines. I don't really like those components, being an ex-paratrooper, but there you go, prime example. But the way he's broken it down, the way he's broken down his chapters, and also the narrative is really engaging, so you're able to keep engaged and really go forward. He does have some nutritional components in there. He has some workouts. He has some plans for you to follow, and it's all his kind of like his way of telling a story, which I think is really interesting and kind of provocative, and he's got a bit of everything in there really. Lots of pictures of him looking awesome as well. if you're into that. But definitely one to think about, one to get. And again, I think this is probably the cheapest of the three. So if budget is your concern, then you could start with here and see how you get on. So those are the first two, and this is number three. Now I said number three was kind of the advanced level, if you like. It's easy to read. I don't tend to bring, but I wouldn't bring onto this channel loads of the papers and reports. Maybe I will start that are really tough to digest. I certainly would promote those as things to actually dive into yourself. Maybe do look at a kind of a synopsis by someone like myself or the author of this book. He's got, I think, probably the most popular podcast on health and fitness. This is Ben Greenfield's kind of latest book. He published in 2020. So this is called Boundless, and as you can see, it's massive, and it comes at no small price. I think $65. It's about 50 quid in here in the UK. But saying that, it's designed to be a bit of absolutely everything. And if you don't know about Ben Greenfield, his style is to go into super geek out on this stuff and go into loads of detail and really look at the research, and he's digested that down into this really. And again, similar to both Ross Edgley's book and Paul Chek's book, the way he structured it is relatively easy to get your head through. Some of the concepts and some of the scientific components that he talks about can be tough and need a bit of focus, but generally speaking, it kind of makes sense, and he tries to join it all together so someone's able to take action against the information that is in the book, which I think is absolutely vital. And there's all sorts in here, from kind of anti-aging tools, tips, biohacks, to the most effective fitness programs in the shortest amount of time, stuff that I've modeled and utilized in my coaching methodologies. And he's a guy that's constantly kind of working on his trade, working on his craft, speaking to the some of the greatest scientific minds in the cutting edge of health and fitness. So definitely one to look at and read. Again, it is massive and it is not too cheap either. So those are my top 3 health and fitness books for 2021. If you like this YouTube, then please hit that like button, and I will endeavour to do more of the same, more comparisons, more top 3s.